Okay, everybody, can you hear me now? Yeah? Cool. So, welcome. Who would like to have a roadmap of how to sell more and waste less? Because those things kind of sound counterintuitive, don't they? To sell more, but also waste less at the same time? Do those things really go together? What do you think, guys? Sell more and waste less. Today, I know I've been listening to the amazing talks here that Charles has been really doing a brilliant job emceeing, and so many conversations about sustainability. Now, there are so many different ways to be sustainable. I really believe in the power of what we consume and what we make to do good and to have a great positive impact. And today I'm going to share with you a roadmap of how you can have a great positive impact. And you can also sell more and waste less. Does that sound good, guys? Yes. Come on, I know it's the afternoon and we're after lunch, but I'm here to also inspire you. And I'm going to start by inspiring you by really talking about a fact. Who here considers themselves to be change makers? Put your hand up. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Guys at the back, do you consider yourselves to be change makers? Yes, yes. Awesome. Because today, we have never lived in a greater time where individuals like you guys and all the amazing business owners here today have the opportunity to be real change makers. And Charles and I were talking about the power of the internet. The internet has meant that as individuals, you can reach thousands and millions of people, right? Isn't that awesome? Yes. Now, the challenge also comes with that, because the challenge that we're facing today is that consumers don't want more of anything. Who agrees with that statement? You're all consumers too, yeah? We don't want more of anything. We want more of things, but anything, that same old stuff, we don't want more of it. And that's the downside also of the digital world. The digital world means that there is more and more and more stuff, more and more competition, more and more entrepreneurs, more and more business owners, more and more people competing for each and every category out there, more and more people making stuff. But what's going on is that the consumer, us as individuals, as consumers too, have spoken. We don't want more stuff. $44 trillion a year. Can you believe that? I mean, what does that even mean? $44 trillion a year is spent on stuff, right? So what do we want? Consumers want, this is the secret to being able to sell more and waste less. Consumers want unique hero products. And I just said you guys are change makers. We all are change makers. Have you ever thought you are a hero product too? Have you ever thought that? You are a hero product. Have you ever thought that? You are a hero product. What you do is a hero product, and what you sell is a hero product. And so, but what we all tend to do is kind of think, because we've been in this world of more, we need to do more, be more, make more. So we're running around making more, but that is not the answer. Because inside you as change makers, inside your business, and inside what you sell or make or innovate, here we are in a world of innovation. Charles has also been sharing amazing things, how performance fabrics are at the heart of innovation. At the heart of innovation is always a hero product. And the key to selling more and wasting less is mastering how to get clarity on who you are, what you do, and what you deliver that is a hero product. Does that make sense, everyone? Yeah? Yeah? Awesome. Again, I encourage anyone at the back if you want to come forward, because I want to get to know you and learn about you. And I'll get to know you by sharing a little bit more about myself. So my name is Sarah Simmons, and I am a former head buyer for stores in the UK, including Harvey Nichols and River Island. I left those stores to create change and to be a change maker and work out how we can make this shift to conscious consumerism. The first step I did to do that was launching and innovating this jeans brand in 2007 that was the world's first handmade, fully sustainable jeans brand, right? And this is where I first unlocked the problems that we have today, the problems of how to get clarity, right? Because innovation is complicated. And the way to sell more and waste less is simple, simplify, and focus on your hero product. And I realized this when I was launching this brand because it was handmade, it was fair trade, it was organic, it was made by hands, it was woven really using artisan networks, it was finished without having any chemicals on it. And this is the problem with innovation and the problem I've seen all around me here today. How do you say that when Charles Saatchi says you have 1 second to stand out today? Microsoft say our attention span today is 8 seconds. So how do you say all that in a way that captures people's attention in 1 second and 8 seconds? Would you guys like to know? Yes. Yes? Amazing. So every step of today, I'm sharing insights of how you can get clarity and stand out in 1 second. Because everything I'm sharing today is part of the Conscious Innovator roadmap that I developed, which I'm also going to share with you. Ooh. So yeah, this is the big problem, guys. Today you have less than 10 seconds. Charles Saatchi says 1, Microsoft say 8. So when you're saying, you know, all those things, I'm handmade, I'm sustainable, I'm organic, I'm fair trade, I'm innovative, I'm a change maker, how on earth do you make that connection with people? The answer is simplicity, right? And when you don't have simplicity, at best, you're losing sales, but at worst, you're losing your time. And what is more precious than your time? Because who wants to make an impact? I know I do. Yeah? And that's why I built this roadmap that I'm sharing with you today. Because I have been an entrepreneur myself for so many years, and I've seen the time that's wasted when you don't have clarity. The jeans brand I was talking about, I was developing it for 2 years. When I got clarity of how to simplify that, in less than 6 months, the brand was picked up by the world's best stores. This is the power of clarity. Who's a Gen Z here? Who's a millennial? Do you connect with this? Gen Z millennials? Measure business success by innovation and impact. Top reasons for business failure: making products that no one wants. But here's the other thing. If you make so many products, but you don't know which is your hero product, how does anyone know what to buy from you? Right? If we're always focused on more, if we're always looking outward rather than inward, not caring about sustainability, biggest reason for business failure, we all know that. But caring about sustainability is one thing. Making it actually impactful, building a connection with the person that you want to influence so we can make this transition to conscious consumerism is another thing. 8.25 seconds, right? Imagine just in performance fabric space, in activewear, how many different brands do you think there are around the world? Thousands? Thousands of brands in the performance wear space. Who owns a brand here? Yeah? How many competitors are in your space? Hundreds. Is that number growing? Yes. Because there's more and more entrepreneurs, right? This is the downside. It's a brilliant thing because I love entrepreneurs. But it's the downside of digital is that, there's so much competition. But it doesn't have to be a downside when you get clarity, right? And this method is the method that I developed, and I'm going to share with you in a workshop style today. That's why I shared come forward, right? Because I can ask you questions, I can answer and solve problems for you right here, right now, while we are together, if you want to share things with me. So this formula I built as the solution of how you can get clarity really, really fast. And I'm going to walk you through it, as I said, in a workshop style so you can understand each of those steps as we go through. And you can walk away from today and implement new things into your businesses right from this afternoon. Does that sound good? Yes? Brilliant. Have you already got something you're going to implement from what I've said? Simplify, right? Key is simplicity. So I'm going to also share with you case studies. Do you guys like case studies? Yeah, real examples. So we can turn theory into action. So this is a conscious innovator who I work with who's followed this method. Her name is Carol. Now, I met Carol 6 months ago, and she's a key leading producer of sustainable yak wool. She has a multi-million-dollar business. But she had a big problem. She's had a business since 2007, yet she doesn't have a roadmap. She didn't have a roadmap of how to scale her business profitably. Why? Because she's an innovator. She's innovating these amazing techniques of making sustainable yak fibers, yarns, and wool, and actual collections. But what's the hero product? That was Carol's key problem. And she had an impact problem. She wanted to be able to give sustainable jobs to yak wool farmers and herders. Because that's the thing about sustainability. Sustainable means being able to continue for a long period of time. So it means building a business that continue for a long period of time, as well as being a sustainable business, right? And that's what I care about. I care that sustainable business owners can build sustainable businesses. And I care that people who want to reimagine their businesses to be sustainable can. So what we do in the method that I'm going to teach you is we give you clarity really, really fast so that you can cut through the noise in your own head, in the world around you, and say who you are simply. I call this your unique power position. For Carol, this is her unique power position. They are global leaders in responsible yak wool, considered every thread of the way. And Carol also now has clarity not only of her unique power position, but also, most importantly, her hero products. Who makes lots of products? Yeah? Yeah. How many products does your company make? 50? 100? 1,000? Hold your hands up. How many? 50. Small one. Right, so 50 products. Carol was making probably around 50 products, 60 products. Yeah? What we do in this process, these very noisy people, what we do in this process is help you get clarity on your top hero products. So for Carol, we realized it was fiber, it was yarn, and it was a very special jumper that I'm going to share with you about. Right? This enabled Carol to double. She's got a plan now. She's going to double her sales this year because of this amazing clarity. So out of your 50 or 60 products, right, this is Carol's number one. And she thought she was selling a sustainable yak jumper because people cared about sustainability. What I care about is that you can sell more amazing sustainable products. This is actually sold to men in China who think it is cashmere, not because it's cashmere, but they're buying it because it's a better priced version of cashmere on a Chinese shopping channel. And this became Carol's #1 hero product. It was never what Carol thought, right? And this is the point. When we're constantly looking outward, rather than going through a process to go inward and actually get clarity on what our hero products are, we're missing a huge trick. Yeah? Does this make sense? So I'm going to show you the process Carol has gone through with me. And I'm also going to give you an opportunity now to connect with me on a call, and I'm going to share that opportunity once again at the end of our process today. So why do we need a new solution? Because in the old world, it was disconnected. We were just buying more. We were buying more. You know, that's why I left my job as a buyer for Harvey Nichols, because I saw rooms full of stuff, and I was like, what is this all about, right? When I knew that it's, you know, when I talk about hero products, it's also something that's a universal truth called the Pareto principle. Who has heard of that? Pareto principle is, Charles, you must have heard of that. 80% of your success comes from 20% of what you do. 80% of your success comes from 20% of your hero products. So why are we all just making more? The solution is about focusing in on what your hero products are, right? Because this old world doesn't work anymore. It's finished, it's over. We all know it. So we need a new solution, though, in the new world, which is to connect everything we do to our hero product and not see product, sales, marketing as different things. They're all connected. Conscious consumerism is here. This guy chosen specially for you in his performance textiles fabrics. He wants clarity of your hero product. He wants to buy from all of you, but he only wants hero products. And you've got 1 second and 8 seconds to build a connection with him. And that's the thing, by the way. So big websites with loads of words doesn't work anymore because people haven't got time to really look at that story. And also, guys, words are words. People connect to feelings, right? People connect to feelings. So getting really clear on your feelings about what you do that is a hero product is most essential to make a connection to the person you want to influence if you've only got 8 seconds to influence them. Does that make sense? Yeah? You first have to get clarity within you so that you can connect with them. And the new world is conscious and complex. So sustainability, simplicity and going through a process to simplify what you do builds sustainable impact for you, yourself, people, and our planet. Also, really looking inward and outward at the same time, right? We need a new holistic process to deal with our complicated world. Inward and outward, mindfulness in business, mindfulness in a solution. Mindfulness is being simple. Mindfulness is really focusing that we don't need more and really focusing on your unique value. So this is the solution here. To connect your dream client to your meaning. So what is your meaning, guys? This is where it all begins. This is step 1, get clarity. And now I'm going to walk you through these 12 steps, step by step. But I'm going to ask you questions. Are you up for answering some questions? Yeah? Depends on the question. So it starts with this question. Why do you guys do what you do? It's the first question I ask the entrepreneurs and business owners I work with. Lots of people talk about purpose, right? But I was always like, well, what does purpose actually mean? I'm very tangible. I like to connect things so that they mean something. So when I spoke to Carol, that lady who makes the amazing yak wool, I said, why do you do what you do, Carol? And she said, because I feel a responsibility to the yak farmers. I feel a responsibility that they can earn good wages. And I feel a responsibility that the world can have this amazing, sustainable wool. So her unique power position, which is my words for your unique value proposition, became we are leaders in making responsible yak wool considered every thread of the way. But do you see that that wasn't just words then? Because I made Carol go through a deep process to connect to why she felt that word responsible. So would anyone like to share? What's your mission? Yes. Do we have a microphone? Shall
I run a cycling apparel business, a small one from Belgium, and our aim is to bring cyclists together. Basically, we started out as a cycling cafe, and our customers just asked us to make a jersey, and it grew from there. And now we're a full collection of cycling apparel.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So your aim is to bring cyclists together.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because first of all, we loved it for ourselves to meet cyclists that shared the same lifestyle as we had. And from there, our community grew, and we started doing events, and we just noticed that there was a huge, we were just a bunch of kindred spirits, so to say.
You're a movement.
Yeah, I like to look at us as a community-based apparel company because the demand for the products that we develop comes directly from conversations with our customers at our cycling cafe.
Awesome. A community-based apparel company. Now, would it help you if you had a simple way to say that?
Definitely.
Yeah, because and I'm so grateful for you sharing about, this community that you're building, because that's such an important part of what we're talking about, right? You're change makers and you want to build movements. This lady, you're doing it. You're building a movement. I'm sure many of you are doing it. People want to be part of movements, but they want to be part of your movement. But to grow your movement, you need to be able to connect simply with people. Does it make sense? So, examples of another client of mine, we make real food and things the French way. So she's real. So I would ask you in this exercise together, what's this word that really identifies with you, with your purpose? So this lady Marie, she's real. She's French, she says it her way, and she makes real food. That's her purpose. And we have to go deep with this exercise, because Marie cared to make real nutritious food so that people can go home and not have to worry about building nutrition into their lives, and can sit with their families and just know that they have real food and things the French way from Marie. This enabled Marie to get amazing clarity on her business. And this is just the beginning part, right? Because I say your meaning isn't a strapline. That's why outsourcing it doesn't work. Who's tried that? And it hasn't worked very well. Because your meaning is everything that you do. Your meaning is your unique power position. So this first step starts by asking yourself these challenging questions. Why am I doing what I do? What do we want to actually build here? What is our mission? And do you see how real food and things the French way, we make real food and things the French way? It's a purpose, but it's also a strategy. It's also her hero products. And now do you see how we're starting to align every step of your business? And we're enabling you to build your purpose into something real and tangible. Does that make sense? Kind of. Okay, so we'll keep going, and I hope it does. So the first point is that we're starting to get really clear by asking you why you do what you do. That works with intuition. The next point is to then analyze, right? So I love data, as we all do. And I've always believed in the power of intuition married with data. because that's what enables you to build connection. Yeah? If you just go with data, you create something cold and heartless. But when you marry intuition and your heart with the data, then you create something really powerful. So we've started to look at your purpose here from intuition. Now we back it up with data. So hero product analysis comes from my buying background, and I love it because it applies to everything. It doesn't matter the business, the technique works. We look literally for your best sellers. We look for your 50 items, your 100 items, your 150 items. We find your 3 items, right? Doesn't matter. But the idea is to find really what your hero products are. And we look back in time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And even if you're a startup, we're looking back in time because we're looking at what you've done that's a hero product before. Right? What do you stand for as a business? Because we're looking at what you stand for as well as what you sell. Then we're asking you to ask your customers, why do they value you? Right? Because it's amazing. We spend all this time outward, as I said, rather than going on this process inward. Now, guess what just this 2 steps can enable you to build in terms of profit? What would be great? A 5% increase in profit? A 10% increase in profit? Put your hands up. More? Don't know. Well, this has enabled my businesses to grow, that I work with, grow their profits by up to 30%. So if we go back to that example of that lady Marie who makes real food, right? The process of understanding and unlocking her purpose was about real food, and then analyzing the data, she saw it was really, when she got really clear that she sold real food, and it's not just connecting your products either, it's also connecting to your clients, right? She also saw her clients were real people that didn't care about price. She then saw where she could increase her prices. She then saw that it was her top 100 clients that were driving 80% of her sales. So if she could get rid of the thousands of people who were going to complain about a slight increase in coffee price, but focus on the people who instead were buying from her $5,000 to $10,000 a year, and just get some more of those 100 clients, this was going to game change her business. When Marie first met me, she was totally overwhelmed because, as we all are, we're trying to do everything, be everything, then really focus within on our unique power and our hero products. Is it making sense now? Yes? Good. So, also with this idea of hero product analysis for you to take away today is literally, don't take the next week off, right? Stop what you're doing, take the next week off. Don't think that you have to do more. Sit down, go somewhere nice, go for a walk, go sit in a park. Start to do this beautiful process of analysis. Start to ask people, why do you value our amazing cycling movement, right? Start to ask questions and then gather the data. And then that's going to help you to really deepen your sense of, you know what, I had this purpose, and yeah, people connect with it. The next thing is thinking about impact mission. So when you say you build this cycling movement, what reason for? Like, what's the social impact that you want to build and the environmental impact you want to build? And how do you connect that to numbers? Right, to simple goals. Again, I love the idea of simplicity. Thinking about 3 objectives you want to achieve in the year, not more. And that's another thing you can take away from today. Okay, this comes from a book called Measure What Matters. Right, an amazing book, Measure What Matters, focusing on key objectives. Because this enables you to really, really perform better and enables you to focus more and more onto your hero product. So when you think about 3 key objectives for the year, how many people do you want to build your cycling movement by this year? That would be your social impact goal, because you're building a community. How many people who makes products? How many people do you want to sell more products to this year? If they're conscious products, which I'm sure many of them are, that's an amazing social impact goal. How many people do you want to give jobs to? That's an amazing social impact goal. And then what's your environmental impact? Again, if you're making a conscious product, then by nature, it's going to be making a positive environmental impact. So when you really break that down and get really clear about it, this is another way that you start to have this clarity, what we're doing, and you can start to separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say. All that time that we're wasting on things that do not enable us to sell more and waste less, right? And when you go back to also that analysis, you're able to cut out things that people don't care about in what you do, which enables you to also waste less. Making sense? Whether that's product or services. Yeah? Have you got some things you're going to implement tomorrow now? Yes? Good. Yeah? Hands up, and I want to hear some of those things at the end, directly what you're going to implement. So we've talked about key objectives, no more than 3 per year, no more than 3 per day. We've talked about simplifying what we do. We've talked about getting really clear on your unique power position and making it simple, like real food and things the French way, so that people understand you and so that you understand yourself and so that your teams understand you. This is your mission statement, your movement statement, your everything. We've talked about analyzing what you do, both the products that you sell, the services that you sell, and also what your customers think about you, so you can start to join the dots more and more and more on every step of your business. And all of these, I was reading an amazing book today, actually on the way here, called Atomic Habits. Has anyone heard of that book? Brilliant book. Yeah, isn't it great? Atomic Habits. They talk about how in the cycling industry, in England, they were forever losing until somebody came in, I've forgotten the genius's name, and he started the idea of making incremental changes in every single step, looking for small, marginal gains, right? What we're talking about here in this process, the Conscious Innovator Roadmap, is that in every part of your business, you can make small marginal gains. Getting clarity and simplifying what you do by focusing onto your hero products, your unique power, and your impact mission is enabling you to simplify and sell more and waste less. The next step is looking at mindset. Who feels overwhelmed right now? Who feels overwhelmed? Go on, we all do. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, some nodding at the back there. I mean, our world is an overwhelming, uncertain, crazy place. This lady, I can tell, meditates. She looks very calm. And that's, yeah, it's one of the conscious mindset practices. You know, when we want to make change, and when we are change makers, which we've also established today, you guys all are, we have to look after number one, if we want to make change, right? So this comes to mindset, and it comes back to being really disciplined. It comes back to really leading that day and say, I'm only doing these 3 things. And then I'm going to say, well done to myself. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to take time out for me. I'm going to go to nature. I'm going to be with myself and really think about my mindset and how I can really support myself. So then I'm also going to think about, what are my feelings? What are my fears? Do I feel worthy to do what I'm doing? Do I feel ready to go outside of my comfort zone? Because all of this is also connected for you being able to be the change maker that you want to be. And this is the other thing as well. When you have a roadmap, when you follow a process, you are prepared. When you're prepared, you don't get burnout, right? So what's the other thing you're going to follow after today? Write a roadmap, follow a roadmap, focus on the roadmap, have a plan, follow the plan, don't go off the plan. Don't go off the plan. So all of those points, having a roadmap, following a plan, simplifying what you do, supports yourself and your mindset. Yeah? And all of this is enabling you to sell more, waste less by those marginal incremental gains step by step. The next is hero product design, right? So after here, we've started to get clear on what your hero products are. So we want to go deeper in the analysis about your movement, about your services that you're selling in your cafe. What are you selling that customers value? Are you selling 10 services, 5 services? What are the ones you want to build out, right? And this is hero product design. But we're going back to the analysis. So this is telling us the answer. Yeah? Then when we start to get to here, we're starting to look at a roadmap for the next steps. What's going to be your hero product design for the next 12 months? And how many things are you going to focus on, guys? How many different, there's a clue. Yes, 3. Doesn't mean you just have to sell 3 hero products in the year. It could be 3 hero product categories. And the idea with a category, so I had a winery business that has been through this process, and she would make different categories of wine. She would make over 100 SKUs of wine. The idea would be to focus the 100 SKUs to 3 categories and 30 key items within those 3 categories, right? Ladies looking a bit confused? Are you confused? That's just an idea. It doesn't have to be exact. But the idea is that you want to cut back in your hero products as much as possible. And the analysis is going to tell you what your number is. Yeah? So I'll give you another challenge that is 30. When businesses work with me, they typically will cut out 30% of what they do. That's an average. So within your business, I do believe there's 30% of what you can cut out that isn't a hero product. And that will be your challenge for your hero product design going forward. But the idea with hero product design, and we're going to move into hero product plan, is basically you don't want to be doing too much. If you give people too many things, you can't focus on getting brilliant and learning how to sell the brilliant things that you do, the brilliant hero products that you do. Make sense? Then the next step is real brand story. So how many words are on your website, guys? How many words are on your homepage? Oh, there's a lady smiling there. Is there a few essays on there? Maybe. How many words are on other people's websites? When you talk about what you do and someone says, "What do you do?" Do you go, "I don't know"? Ah! And it's what we spend all our lives doing. And it's very, very normal, right? Because we're always focused outward than inward. What I care about, your real brand story, guess what I care about? That it helps you sell more and waste less. So the clue is on every other step that we've gone through now. So when you go away and you start to get clear on your unique power position, that's also the beginning of your real brand story, right? So hi, my name is Marie. I make real food and things the French way. Hi, my name is Carol. I make responsible yak wool considered every thread of the way. That's her unique positioning strategy, power position. It's also her real brand story. So it's simplicity. And, you know, real food and things the French way also can go on your website. It can go on your packaging, on everything. So the idea with your real brand story is that it's so simple that you can say the same thing every single time you speak to anyone. How cool would that be? How much less stressful than when I don't know, I do know what I do, but I don't know what I do because I don't know how to say it and I haven't prepared. Most people don't. But when you do, it's a game changer. Because in every moment in life, we're facing opportunity. Here today, how many people have you met? 10, 20, 50? Imagine if you just had one simple line about what you do and you said it again and again. Those people were going to remember you in such a different way when they go back and they're able to say, I met Marie, she makes real food and things the French way. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And the beauty is to align it on everything you do. Your LinkedIn, does your LinkedIn, your website, another question for you, does your LinkedIn, your website, your Instagram say the same thing? Challenge. Or not. Another takeaway for you. Tomorrow, make sure they do. Go through the journey of simplifying your website, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, every social to be the same thing. Then you want to be really thinking going forward, who are your dream clients? The idea with being able to sell more and waste less is to focus on a niche, your special niche, not trying to sell to everybody, because that doesn't work. It's painful, and wastes a lot of time. When you go back to the analysis, you can discover your top, how many? 3 client avatars. Who are your top 3 client groups that you can sell to and find more of? Okay, that's the key with this step. Then you want to be thinking forward, how you're going to sell and have a plan for your hero products. So you're going to take your top 3 hero product categories, and you're going to plan your top 3 client avatars, and you're going to plan your top 3 hero product launches for the next 12 months, not more, right? This is the secret sauce formula of being able to sell more and waste less. When you have just 3 things you're going to do in 1 year, your teams are focused. You're focused. Then you can start to look at your digital campaign. When you have clarity on your real brand story, you can stand out on LinkedIn. You can stand out on whichever social media you are. You can send people messages and say, hi, I am Carol. I make responsible yak wool considered every thread of the way. And by the way, Carol is doing this now and making amazing results. She's having new retailers and new brands reaching out to her because she's really clear. That's what she does. And so is her SEO, and so is her messaging, and so is her marketing teams. Right? Making sense? And that goes on to marketing. Like when you have your teams with you and everybody is aligned on the same steps of what's your unique power position and what your hero products are, then everything works smoother. You don't need more to be able to sell more. You do not need more to be able to sell more. You can cut out a huge amount of what you do. As I said, at least 30%, and you can still increase your profit by 30%. You can cut out what you do by 30% and increase your profit by 30% when you follow this model to simplify your business. You want to then really focus your business on launches because the world doesn't want more, right? Remember what we said at the beginning of today? There's $44 trillion spent on stuff a year. People want to know from you special things. They want to be excited and empowered by what you have. So you want to gear all your year to specific launches throughout the year, whether it's 3 or 4, right? No more than that. And then you follow your plan. So every step of this is building for you this amazing, amazing plan to run your business in a new way, focused on your unique power, focused on dream client avatars that love you, focused on hero products, focused on simplicity, right? Focused on mindset. Now you can relax because you know what you're doing for the next year. You don't have much to do. You can go on holiday. Yeah, because you're going to be so simplified and so aligned in terms of your business model. Now, I'm going to share with you another example. This is an amazing weaving business from Africa called Tinsaba. This is their hero product, right? But when I met them, they were making many products. They were overwhelmed. They were employing over 200 artisans. And they didn't know really how to get clarity on their hero product, how to build profit and legacy. Really, when we got focused on those baskets, when we cut out more of those hero products, their sales have increased 60%. Because you don't need more. And most importantly, their social impact has grown significantly. So now I'll give you one more chance. If anyone wants to connect with me on a call, I'll give you this opportunity to click this code here. And my job on that call is to help you to get clarity on where there are opportunities to build the unique power of your business. And now I hope we might have time for a few questions on anything that I've shared today. Please feel free, anything that you would like clarity on, any challenge that you have in your business. If you want to ask a question about hero products, who's got a question? Yes. Can I have the microphone? I don't know where Charles is. But I can pass it to you. I'll pass it to you, it's cool.
What about image products, which may not be the best sellers, but seem vital to the image of the business?
What's an example?
Just a very specialized, super expensive, special fabric backpack that is really for expeditioners or for mountaineers, but will never sell a lot.
But it is also a hero product. Is it?
Not turnover-wise, only
but this,
image piece-wise.
It might be, if you think of things in a pyramid, in a positioning pyramid, if that hero product that's very expensive doesn't sell much, but it's your positioning product, and maybe then you have your cheaper products here or your more affordable products, and they are a version of your most special product, but they still have the elements, would that be the right way of looking at it? Then you definitely would want to include it. For, you know that lady I was talking about, Marie, with the real food? She introduced a lobster roll that was $45 in a delicatessen. When she realized she made real food, she realized her clients were real, she realized she could sell this positioning product at the top here. And the other thing is, by the way, when you get really clear and focused on your hero products, but also on your client avatars who are the right avatar for you, you might actually sell more of that top positioning product. So I would absolutely keep it there. But the idea is then to make sure all the other ranges are aligned to that top one. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Great. Other questions? I can bring the microphone round. Oh, is there anyone? Who has a question? You have a question? No? No? Okay. That's even better time to get clarity. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Totally. Then you're just going to save yourself years of time. Who else has a question? Charles, have you got a question for me?
Sorry, Sarah, there are things going on that I'm meant to be paying attention to.
Okay.
So we're just trying to rearrange something.
Does anyone have any questions? No? No? Well, thank you very much. I hope, oh, hold on, I have a question for you. What's going to be something that you're going to do tomorrow differently? Yeah? That you're going to take from today and do differently.
I will be off not. I will not be working tomorrow. So I
Good,
will
you're
relax.
having the day off. You're going to relax. I love it. And you're going to be doing great mindful practices. Amazing. What will you be doing differently?
I'm going to simplify my product
Awesome.
assortments.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Pass it on. What will you do differently tomorrow?
I'm already good. I'm fine.
Yeah?
I will simplify my agenda.
Brilliant. 3 things. Yeah. No more. Amazing. What will you do?
I'll ask some of these questions internally.
To yourself or to other people in
To
your
other
team?
people, yes,
Brilliant.
also.
Enjoy the process. Amazing. Would you like to share? No? Okay. Would you like to share anything? No. Well, thank you very much, everybody. My name is Sarah Simmons. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and look
Can
forward
we
to...
show our appreciation for Sarah, please?
Thank you.